Welcome to this week's Joe Cooks. This week I thought we'd continue the Christmassy theme. We're going to have a go at making a Yule Log. I've not made one of these since I was about 10 years old, so the possibilities for it all going wrong is very, very high. I've got all this stuff we're going to need out in front of us. We'll have a quick run through the ingredients and we'll get cracking. Alright, for this, what we're going to be using is 40 grams self-raising flour, 20 grams of cocoa powder, 100 grams of dark chocolate, which I've put in my little blender thing. I'll put a video on the screen now to show you, and I've blasted it down. Really cheap, this stuff, it's only about 30 pence a bar. This whole cake's pretty cheap. All I had to buy, apart from like the stuff that was in my store cupboard, was the cream and the chocolate. But anyway, we're going to be using 2 eggs. These are medium eggs or mixed eggs. I picked the biggest ones out of the box. 50 grams of caster sugar, a sprinkling of icing sugar and a teaspoon of icing sugar, 200 grams of British fresh double cream, a splash of vanilla extract. Right, I'll get set up and we'll get cracking. Right, let's get going. First of all, what you want to do is preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius. We're going to try and keep this one flowing. There's 3 elements to it, but they're pretty straightforward. And the good thing about a Yule Log, because it's all covered in ganache and that, your sponge doesn't have to be perfect. Your sponge doesn't have to be perfect. And I've no doubt that mine's not going to be perfect either. So, but anyway, what we're going to do, we've got the oven heating to 200 degrees. We're going to put 100 grams of the double cream in a pan. We're going to put the pan on number 2. And we're just going to let it warm up gently. This is for ganache filling. The thing with cakes is, there's always stages in them that take absolutely ages. There's no getting around it. People try and skip it and rush things and that, and the cakes go wrong. So if we follow these steps pretty closely, we should be bang on. We should be bang on. Right, while the cream's warming up, we're going to make our filling. And this can go in the fridge and sit and wait until we're finished with sponge. But what we're going to do is going to put 100 ml of the cream, or there and thereabouts, in a bowl. 90, 105, it's alright, it's Christmas in it, we can go over a little bit. Going to put a teaspoon of the icing sugar in, only about 5 grams or so, just to sweeten it up a little bit. And we'll go in with a good splash of vanilla extract. Lovely, this cream, you know, lovely. Like I say, mine's more like an Arctic roll. I wrap it up nice and thick because I use a smaller sponge and I can't get it round too many times. But right, what we're going to do is just whisk up our cream. This gets a bit noisy, so we'll probably transition it or something. But we'll see it when it's done. There we go. Right, that's what cream filling done. What I'm going to do now, I'll just get rid of them because we don't need these anymore. We'll get rid of these scales. I'm just going to wrap it in cling film, stick it in the fridge, and bring it out when we need it. See if I can use this cling film. 50 years old, never been able to master cling film, so here we go. There we go. So in the fridge until we're set. We'll move back on and we'll do a ganache. Back to the topping now. The cream's had a few minutes to warm up. Just going to check it. The best way of checking this is just to stick your little finger in, and if it feels hot, I know it sounds daft, but if it feels hot, it's done. You don't want to boil on anything because it'll split. That's perfect, that's perfect. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn the heat off completely. I'm going to tip in with crushed up chocolate. So put it all in. With a spatula, I'm just going to fold it in. And this will make our ganache. It'll melt up beautiful, beautiful. Go a little bit greeny like this and it'll start going dark and lush and lush. Yeah, tell us in the comments what cakes you make for Christmas and that. I don't like making a proper Christmas cake because it costs an absolute fortune. But this one doubles up as a good pudding as well if you don't like Christmas pudding and that. Perfect, perfect. But we'll give us a good stir in. And what we're going to do with this, we're just going to set it aside and let it cool down to room temperature. Gives us plenty of time to get on with our cake and that. This will take about an hour, I think, to cool down. We want to catch it just before it starts to set off hard. But we'll see it when it's done. But yeah, there'll be lists of ingredients and the equipment and that in the description as normal and that. So if you want to follow it, get on in there and check it out. Double it up if you want to make a bigger one and that. But yeah, right, this is done. I'm going to put it to one side and take it off the heat completely. Put it to one side, just let it cool down to room temperature. If it's still not thick enough, we'll put it in the fridge. But hopefully we'll be good. Right, with the filling sitting in the fridge and the topping cooling down to one side, we can move on to a cake. For my cake, I'm going to be using a 20 by 20 baking tray. You can use a thinner one or a proper Swiss roll one if you want, but this is the one that I've sort of calculated for this mix. And I'm going to cut 2 bits of parchment paper, roughly the same size. We're going to use one to line the tin and one when we come to sort we'll sponge out. But to line the tin, all you want to do is just push it down, just find a level like that, and we just want to trim in the corners. Doesn't have to be perfect in that. I mean, I'm not perfect, I'm all Jamie Oliver and out. But Jamie Oliver's just started a new TV series, so go and have a look. Because he's pretty good. Quite expensive, some of the stuff he makes, like, but there's no getting away from it, he is a good cook. But anyway, push this in. It should sit nicely. Doesn't matter if it looks like there's a gap, it'll overlap in that. We'll sit this to one side and we'll get on and make a sponge. Pretty straightforward, the sponge. We're going to take a mixing bowl, we're going to put in with eggs, and we're going to put in with sugar, with caster sugar. We're just going to whisk it up until it's nice and fluffy. I'm going to be using my electric whisker. You can use hand blender if you haven't got one, but I've said it before, if you can get your hands on one of these, ideal. Again, it's going to be noisy, so we'll probably transition it. We'll see at the other end. So we're looking for a nice, fluffy, bubbly mix, really. There you go, that's what we're looking for. We can get rid of this now because we don't need this anymore. And we're going to go in with our flour and with cocoa powder. I'm going to be using a sieve. I recommend you use one because Swiss rolls don't like lumps. If you haven't got one, fair play, but your cake won't come out as smooth as this one. We'll just feed it through, get it all in. If you hear any strange noises, the shop's open downstairs and you might hear the odd bang or something. So it's fine. What we're going to do, we're just going to fold this in. Fold it over on itself. I'm going to keep some of the air in there. You'll see it'll just mix into a nice chocolatey batter. But we don't want to be smashing it about, we don't want to be mixing it or anything. We'll just fold it and fold it. Patience is the key. Patience is the key. I say normally, if I haven't got the cameras on, I'll make a cup of coffee, put the radio on, and bake. And it's great, man. It's great. Great for the mind. Look at the results you can get. The results you can get are perfect, man. This one's great because you can hide all your mistakes with this Ganache topping. I'm banking it on getting me out of trouble, so. But we'll give this a good mix. We've got the oven already preheated. It's clicked off. I've just heard it. Like I say, start to finish, 20 minutes. If you haven't got a camera in front of you and that. But right, that's mixed up nicely now. We're going to bring in the tray. And basically, we're putting this into here. Hopefully, it'll go in without making a mess. This whisk's not the best. This spatula's not the best spatula in the world. It's a bit too thick. But it's fine. It's fine. Got to work with what you got. Let's get it all in. Get it all in. I went a bit silent there because I'm concentrating. Funny. Really, I still haven't got used to this. Talking at ease while you're cooking malarkey going on. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pour it out to the sides. Just let it find its own balance, and that it'll find it. Pour it round, pour it round. That's fine, that's fine. And I'm going to put this in my preheated oven for about 10 minutes, 200 degrees, and we'll come back and we'll take it out. Fantastic, we're nearly done, we're nearly done. Right, it's been 10 minutes, let's have a look, let's have a look. Oh, look at that, look at that. You having that? Cake's nicely firm, it's springy, it's perfect. Time to get it out of here now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put the second piece of paper that we had over the top. I'm going to hold it to the side with a cloth because it's still quite hot, and hopefully it's going to come out. Hey, look at that, look at that, perfect. Got a little leakage there, but it's not too bad, it's not too bad. And now, whoops, yeah, that was the alarm for the 10 minutes, for the cake, never mind. Right, we're going to pull the paper off, and we can use these cuts that we made before to our advantage. We just want to pull it off. Take your time, be gentle with it. You've done the hard bit by baking it. We're going to destroy it now. We'll get this off. Oh, look at that, nice soft, bubbly. Look at that, how springy it is. Right, what we're going to do now, I'm going to take the cake while it's warm, and we're going to press the back end of a knife just in here, just gently. We don't want to go through. We're just going to make a little crease. And we're going to pull it forward on the paper by an inch. Pull the paper over that crease, and we're going to roll the cake up. Nice and gentle. Don't force it because you'll break it. Nice and gentle, nice and gentle. What we're going to do, we're going to put this in a cool place, seam side down, like that, to cool. It'll take about 15-20 minutes, but we've still got to wait for our ganache anyway, so we'll just let it all cool down together. We'll bring it all out together and we'll assemble it. And we'll have a look at a cracking little Yule Log. Right, it's been about an hour. We've just got to bring all the elements in now. Everything's cooled down nicely. We've got our cake nicely rolled up, it's firmed up. Beautiful, beautiful. We've got our lovely ganache topping. Nice and thick, nice and thick. And we've got our fresh cream filling. Right, let's get this one assembled. Let's get this one assembled. I'll just move them off to the side there so I'll give myself a bit more space. We're just going to roll the cake out. Look at this. Look at that. Whee. Like I said, mine won't go around too much, but it's good because I like a nice big thick lump of cream in the middle. What we're going to do, we're going to bring the cream in. With a spoon, we're just going to fill the middle. Fill the middle. Get it in there. It doesn't want to come off the spoon. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Like I say, that buttercream that's in the shop ones, I don't really care for it, you know. I prefer fresh, nice fresh cream. That'll do for me. That'll do for me. Right, we're just going to give it a roll. Give it a roll. We're going to bring in a plate. We're just going to plonk it on the plate. Look at that. It's taking shape already. It's taking shape already. Get rid of this. We're going to bring in our ganache. Like I said, we need to catch it just before it sets off solid. This has gone a little bit too hard, but not to worry, not to worry. And again, with a spoon, we're just going to scoop it on and spread it out. Nice little layer. Get it on there. It's Christmas, you know. Don't have to skimp. Just go wild, man. Be plenty of healthy recipes coming in January and that. So don't fret with this one. Everyone can have a nice Yule Log for Christmas and that. Right. I'll paste this. We'll get it decorated. And we'll have a taste. We'll bring this one in. The ends, I'm just going to do the same again. I'll probably put this on a cleaner plate to present it and that, because it's a little bit messy. But yeah, the ends, I just fill them in like that. Nice spoonful on the back of the spoon. Whack it in and just fill it up. Hey, how satisfying is that? Try and get it all out. It is Christmas and that. So we'll get that on. Look at that. Yeah. Right, get rid of the pan. And we're just going to run a fork down it and make it look like a bark. Look at that. So nice. Right, I'll put this on a different plate. We'll get it cut open and we'll have a good look. We'll even have a taste. And there you have it. One fresh, creamy filled Yule Log. Look at that beauty. But to finish it off, I've had a little poor attempt at making it look a bit Christmassy, but it's alright. It's all a bit of fun in that. We'll put couple of little decorations I got from the pound shop on the top. My first Christmas doing YouTube this, so next year you'll see these again, and you'll see them again every year that I'm on YouTube. Put the robin in on its tail, and there you go. Nice little dusting of icing sugar, and yeah, one Yule Log. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. Bit more snow, I think. Yeah, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you give it a go and that. Like I say, it's not that complicated, it just takes a bit of time and that. We'll cut it open, we'll have a look, we might have a little taste. Oh, can't wait for this. We'll go at this end, I think. So we'll take the holly out. And look at this. I'll just get it lined up on the camera. You'll get 4 good servings out of this. You probably get 5, to be honest with you. But I'll do it for 4 with the calories and that. But don't be alarmed, because there's about 500-600 calories a portion in this. But it is Christmas. But look at that. You having that? Let's get this in properly. Look at that. Beautiful. Lovely filled cream. Nice Swiss roll filling. Ganache topping. Beautiful. Right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a go. Put what you want in the comments and that. Tell us what you want to see on the channel and that. All that's left to say is stay safe, be kind, and I'll see you next week. Stunning. Absolutely stunning.